Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Don't stop it.
Power, acid showers. This land is ours. Stand and shouting. This plan to cower isn't ours. This man is proud. Keep the scandalous out. Now, if it ain't what we about, it's irrelevant. U.S. policy route, embarrassing. Never leaving you without. We got medicine, and we never been. We got better sense. Hard proof, revolutionary, black militant. Death to the Minutemen. Checks to the immigrants. Streets still feeling it. We still killing it. We still slaughtering. Hawks feed the innocent. Read the imprint. Gorilla Funk was birthed out of necessity. Collectively, respectively, to be head to be.
Okay, that is the new single, Don't Stop the Movement. And Paris, quite a bio. You can check out his website. We've got a link to it up on Infowars.com. This is from GorillaFunk.com, his official bio. Paris hails from San Francisco Bay Area and was catapulted onto the national hip-hop scene in 1990 with his hit single on the album The Devil Made Me Do It after earning a degree in economics from the University of California at Davis, originally released on Tommy Boy Records. His first single from the album, Break the Grip of Shame, was banned by MTV. And it goes on from there. He's worked with some of the biggest and most successful hip-hop groups out there. Sonic Jihad was released at strong sales and critical acclaim. Again, in 2003, he returned with a vengeance. It goes on and on. If I tried to read this whole bio, it would take quite a long time. But Paris, it's great to have you back. For some of my listeners who may not know who you are, why don't you tell folks a little bit about yourself? You're also, of course, a 9/11 truther. Way back in 2002, you went public, or maybe even earlier. I saw some posts by you day one dealing with that. So you've definitely got a lot of courage, and I enjoy your music. So thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me again, Alex Jones. How you doing, man?
Oh, busy. Super busy. I bet you're busy as well.
Yeah, I am. I got to congratulate you on the birth of your child. I know that I haven't spoken with you since, so
absolutely.
Good to talk to you.
Hey, it's great to talk to you. But for those that don't know who you are, I mean, break down. You sold 3-4 million albums, worked on a lot of other huge albums.
Yeah. I've basically been making counter-establishment hip hop that challenges the system. It's life-affirming music that I've been making for the entirety of my career. I started in 1990, and have been on a lot of different labels, and am now completely independent, and completely independent, but distributed by Universal. Ironically enough, because they have noticed the fact that there are people out here who hunger for this kind of material, and I've produced Public Enemy and Dead Prez and The Coup and a lot of other groups that are out there that represent these same sentiments, and I'm still doing it.
Paris, let's go back to 2001 and then look at what happened there and your views and take on that, and then let's accelerate forward to what's happening today geopolitically, what's happening in different sectors of the world, and your take on somebody like Barack H. Obama.
Well, 2001, my current company and my last record, which was Sonic Jihad, which I guess got on your radar a while ago, occurred as a result of our response to 9/11. And after doing a lot of independent research and actually viewing some of your films and soaking up a lot of the information that was available online, I came to the conclusion, as have you and most of the people listening to you, that 9/11 was a self-inflicted wound, as you like to put it. And seeing the response, seeing the erosion of our civil liberties, seeing the shredding of the Bill of Rights, seeing the increase in intolerance, seeing the increase in racism and racist wars around the world, led me to want to become more involved in making protest statements and to endorsing material that reflects that viewpoint. And so Gorilla Funk was formed, and my first record, Sonic Jihad, came out. It was pretty much assailed by, you know, a lot of the mainstream press outlets, MSNBC, Fox News, the whole thing. And it was embraced by people who recognized truth. And it did well enough to get on Universal's radar to allow me to be able to sign other artists to, you know, kind of rally the people around that, you know, felt the same, who were also disenfranchised and unavailable, you know, unable to come out through traditional outlets. And, you know, I've seen the whole thing kind of, you know, in some respects things have gotten worse, in some respects things have gotten better, at least from the outside looking in.
Well, before we get into what's happening currently, just you know, finishing up on along the lines of the music you put out.
Right.
I mean, I have to say, I mean, I like some hip hop, I like some rap. You know, I grew up listening to a lot of it in Dallas, but even then, I only like certain people, and others it sounded terrible. But I mean, it's the same with every genre: classical, country, rock and roll. But particularly, I don't know of really anybody else who, when I listen to the music, it sounds 100% in my mind. Like, I can't imagine it sounding any better with the beat, your voice, you know, bringing in the choir like you do with What Would You Do? I mean, just all of it. So, I mean, I am really a fan just of your sound. And then, why it's 100%, then the message, especially in some of those songs you did in that album after 9/11. I mean, that's why I say I think it's really the anthem for 9/11 truth. I mean, I like Immortal Technique and a lot of other folks, and he's great and has a really great sound as well. I just don't think that it's consistently as powerful as yours. I mean, I'm not trying to choose sides. I'm just saying you really are not.
No. I mean, there are really only two real sides to choose. So, like, and the difference between me and Immortal Technique, those aren't the choices, you know. But I appreciate that, man. Really, I do. I just always said that I was going to make music that I wouldn't be ashamed of in a few years. That's really kind of my litmus test. Like, when I'm doing things, I want to treat each project as though I'll never get the chance to do it again. Which is, you know, that's pretty legitimate.
Well, that's how life really works. That's how life really works. Now, shifting gears. Everything is nuanced in the world. Like, I just had Webster Tarpley in here with all the documents. The United States funded the Iranians to come to power, gave them the weapons. That's on record. Gates and Brzezinski admit it. Now, they're the guys behind Obama. And whereas I hate George Bush, called for his arrest, you know, terrorist. But you know, people see this two-dimensional, like, well, you're against Bush, you must be for Obama. Or if I'm against Obama, I must be for McCain. When I'm against McCain, I'm saying no, they're all bought and paid for. But then I look at who will be able to carry the New World Order agenda further? Who will neutralize the left to stand down and say, yes to war, yes to a police state? And then who will actually pacify the public so the abuse of black people, minorities, everybody can continue? And, 9-10 months ago, I said, I like Obama. He says he'll get us out of the war. He won't spy on the American people without warrants. And then now he's gone back. I mean, I'm just setting the table here, and then I want you to take a lot of time going over this. And so now with horror, I'm seeing this. Now, whereas I like seeing people happy and relations being good, and black folks I see everywhere, really, you can see a visual, feeling good. Hey, white people aren't all racist. They elected a black guy. Whereas I wish that was a good, beautiful thing. I know that in the end, it's going to be a huge betrayal, and it's going to be designed to actually make everybody, in a way, even blame black people in the end when Barack Obama is a New World Order front man. Now, if you disagree, that's fine. But, break down. I've laid that out. It's so nuanced, and the public only sees it, in shades of black and white, pun intended. Where do you see this going? Just like in Mumbai, CIA, Mossad, MI6 are publicly funding the radical Hindus, the radical Muslims, bringing them in so that they can get a radical group in control of India to then attack Pakistan. And right there, see, that's nuanced. I'm not against the Hindus. I'm not against the Muslims. I'm not against any. I want them to see how, through tribal control, they're being manipulated.
Well, I'm hoping that's not the case. I do. I really do. I hope that's not the case. The one thing that causes me to have great pause about Obama is the fact that the establishment immediately embraced him when he came out. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that, so this whole idea of him being an agent of change and some kind of a freedom fighter for social justice is pretty much scratched off the list for me. In terms of him being perhaps a lesser of many evils, that's probably how I look at him. at this point. As a black man, of course, it does make me feel good to see me being reflected in a position of power. I'm not going to lie about that. But by the same token, you know, as a somebody that has progressive values, man, you know, I am disheartened by some of the things that I've seen and some of the things that I've heard him say. A lot of what he said during the campaign, I wanted to chalk up to him needing to say to be able to get elected. But now, you know, this whole idea of reaching across the aisle, and you know, I'm somebody who has pretty hard left-leaning positions, man, and I'm actually out for blood. I don't want to reconcile with anybody. You know, I don't want to see everything swept under the rug and everything be forgiven, and you know, us try to kind of forge this new path and this new direction with people who I am, you know, ardently opposed to.